Hello and welcome. And we're off. I just have to turn on, turn on Instagram if it will let me. Oh, come on. There we go. We're going. Yes, we're going. Hey, there we are. We're live on both sides. How about that? Okay, now it just takes a while. So it's like I think it's not clicking into place and it just takes its time going. Go live. No. Oh, okay. Is it going live? I can't tell. There we go. We're still finagling around with the technology here. But yes, I can see myself on both sides. Okay, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Coming Into Being. Here we are. Another venture into being. And it's summertime here. Hope it's summertime where you are. Meaning good weather. Anyway, so let's take a nice deep breath into where we are right now. Oh, Tonya. Yay, Tanya. Glad you made it. And yeah, that's good. So just taking a moment to just reorient, take a nice big breath, just chill out. I'm going to be popping back and forth with Instagram, and because I can't have it on the same thing. So in Sydney, 2 kitties. All right, 2 kitties and kids. So that's good. That's all fine. Letting ourselves kind of settle in. It's nice to just kind of shake yourself, wiggle around a little bit, just kind of like shake off the dust, like squirrels after dogs have been chasing them and the dog disappears and they just shake it off. So shake off the dust of the day, shake off the day, and then come into just here, just coming into your breath, taking a nice deep breath in, holding it at the top, and just holding it a little bit longer than you normally do. Focusing on that holding. And then slowly exhaling out. And Esta, hey, Esta, nice to see you. I'm going back and forth on 2 windows, so good to see you. I have to go back between my streaming platform and Instagram because Instagram won't allow that to show up via the streaming channel platform. So anyways, settling into what you're sitting on. Slowing that breath down. Now that we're past all the technology stuff, sitting in, relaxing, just bringing it all down a notch or 2. Yeah. I get this space a little bit more grounding for everyone here. There we go. It's nice to have the party atmosphere, and sometimes it's just we feel excited about stuff, and so we got a lot of energy, and that's fine. And let's just kind of bring it down a little bit to settling in with that joy and bringing it into the heart, just that joy of being here. Yeah. Another nice deep breath in. Exhaling out. And let's just open up the space even more. Sometimes we just get crowded with a lot of stuff energetically, so it's nice to let that open up for ourselves, give ourselves more room to breathe, to be. Yeah. relaxing in. Focusing on your breath. Tanya, I'm going to bring your daughter in because I can kind of see her floating on the side there, wanting to come in. So just going to bring her in. So focusing on our breath and allowing ourselves to slow down with the breath. So you don't have to force your breath to slow down, but just start paying attention to it and bring your mind, bring your awareness down to at least your chest level. Yeah. There. Bringing in just a deeper state. We're going to just going in into a more quiet space now. Yeah. I'm going to kind of rest, right? Some just rest. And, when we slow down and we can just allow ourselves to relax, that allows our system to just nourish itself, taking that nourishment from the environment. So there we are. I might feel a little bit like going into deep sleep. That might be because, the space gets adjusted every time somebody else is brought in. So why don't we do this for whoever else is watching this, whether you're watching live or later, that's fine because we're working at a timeless space. So brought in Tanya's daughter here because she just needs a little extra support right now and healing. And for everybody else, if there's somebody that you can think of right now that you feel would benefit from just that space of just being held, and so some bring them in and just kind of think about them lightly and then just let them go. Come back to yourself. So there's some people coming in here. Yeah, and that's kind of opening up the doors for beyond that too. That's beyond us, but yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So it feels like some people are bringing in people that they've just seen, like maybe on the street or something like that. It's like, wow, that person could really get some help. And help just giving them that space to just be. That's a big gift that we can give to somebody. Because most everything else that we come across has to do with being something. That kind of gets into the supposed to. We're supposed to be this. We're supposed to do that. And let's just take out all of that away just to come into self. Just come into the breath. Just come into the moment. Yeah. Come into yourself and gonna just focus on kind of helping people align more deeply because people, they're just a little bit so just come into your chest space and focus on your breath and just be aware of your body and the breathing as it shifts you. Yeah. So as you come into deeper alignment here, as I get you support you in doing that. It also clears out a lot of stuff. There's a lot of I'll call it dead space that's moving off to some people. If it could be your daughter, Tanya, if she's at the hospital, there's a lot of weird dead energies in hospitals. So that's okay. That's gonna give her more space for herself too. So that's good. Everybody else is, and no worries. You're all good in terms of not being separated out from that dead space. Yeah. There we go. That just released a bunch of dead people. So very good. And just shift it out into where they need to go. Yeah. Well, the human is so heavily sedated, so that's. But in the hospital setting itself, there's a lot of not so good energies. There's a lot of praying mantises, shall we say, that are just, hanging out in the hallways and even on the outside of hospitals to just suck on some life force if they can. So let's just be in a positive state when you're around her, and that will just help amp up the vibration in her area. And if you can, I've been doing stuff like being having a cheerful, whatever you can do, like where she's around her, that will make it cheerful. Yeah, there we go. So coming into deeper stillness here. And as you are aware of your breath, allowing yourself to just slowly, on the exhales, like you're dropping down a little bit further. Just dropping down to connect in more deeply with the new earth. Yeah. Very gentle. Gentle coming into that grounding and that connection to pure source today. Kind of feels nice to go slowly, doesn't it? When we allow ourselves this kind of, hey, Carolina, good to see you. When we allow ourselves to just come into just a quieter space and slow down and just be present, that brings us more into our center as we come into our center more and just align with ourselves more centrally. And that opens up the way for what we need to come into us. Yeah, so let's just focus on that. Yeah, it's going to be different for everybody, and that's fine. We're not here to all need the same thing. We're all here to be in this moment. And be present and be open. And so in this alignment, it feels like maybe we're not doing a whole lot. Like sometimes I'm just rattling off and talking about a lot of stuff, or a lot of stuff is coming through to be said. But there's a lot shifting for people. There's a lot of releasing that's happening right now. So just being present with yourself, with your breath, with your spine. You know, this is a revolutionary act to come in and just be still, be present. And the revolution is very important right now. This revolution. Moon Goddess, hello. Glad I made it. So are we. Glad to have you here. I don't remember seeing your name before, so I'm assuming this is your first time live at least. So welcome. We're just in a very quiet space, and or at least I can only know who's around. I see numbers, but I can only know who's here live when I see their names on the chat. That's fine. You don't need to say hi if you want to sit in the back, but it's always nice to see who's popping in. So we're just taking that space of being. And yeah, it's kind of interesting, Moon Goddess, because it's there is that quality of kind of very nurturing quality that the moon can have. I'm a new one. Yay, from Chicago. Oh, good. Following just that relaxation, that being, and allowing ourselves to just put everything else aside. You know, our minds just want to go. We are just pulled in and from for a lot of different reasons into moving forward, knowing what's coming up, and oftentimes that's just that survival piece. So in fact, you probably could say it always is that survival piece, because when we're not in survival, and we know that timing, whenever we get to something, that will be the perfect timing. It's not the timing that we're trying to get from up here, but it's that deeper cosmic timing of everything happening at the same time. So we might be late to something, but we need to be late because it aligns with, all these other pieces that wouldn't align if we were on time. For me, it's really hard to focus. Just get a few seconds, then it's off. That's okay. That, Tanya, that's pretty normal for what's going on for you right now. So no judgment on that. Just notice that, and just notice, like, wow, yeah, I'm really stressed out. You can just admit that to yourself. You are under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress right now, and there's a lot that you're needing to kind of that you have on your mind that's going on. So that's all right. Some days it's just like that for any of us, and you just come back. You notice it's off, you just come back. What's more important, guys, than I'm not staying centered and focused. I mean, we love being in that place where we're always centered and focused, but that's not the important part here. The important part is coming back to that when you notice that you're off. That's the important part, because that's what keeps you centered. Coming back to center. Coming back to center. You get off, you come back to center. Get off, you come back to center. Because otherwise you'd be just going off. That's it. You're out in the ditch, so to speak, or way, way beyond the ditch. So far off that it might take centuries to get back to center. So that's the important piece. And it's just that frustration of, like, God, it does feel so good. I really want to be there, but it's, sometimes there's just a lot going on. Whether it's a lot going on internally or externally or internally. Because if you're clearing out a lot of stuff, there's stuff that's coming to the surface that's just like, you're detoxing, you're going through stuff, you're clearing stuff out. That's going to make it harder to focus. And when you really pay attention to yourself, then you really start to get clearer on what those patterns are, what those symptoms are for yourself of when I'm off. It's like, oh, my mind just goes blah, 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 blah. And you notice that, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm really off right now. Just saying that to yourself will help you relax more, because you won't be fighting yourself. You won't be trying to force yourself to be doing something where, it's just going to be hard right now. So come into your breath. Come back to the breath. Focus on, you can do there's little things like focus on counting from 1 to 10, just to help everything just slow down. And if you go off, you get to 4 and then your mind is jumping off, and just start over again, just to give the mind a particular focus, and as long as you're not getting on your case about, shit, I managed to get to 2 and I'm off again. It's like, no, that's okay. That's just, you just start over. Yeah. So slowing that down by just coming back to center. Yeah, coming back. Yeah. That just being, so very nice. We've got a very nice pristine space here tonight. And with the warrior name Moon, that just made me, it's like that big glowing moon look. So it's very nice. I really appreciate guidance into alignment. Yesterday I had lots of repeating patterns of thought. Yeah. Analyzing personal situation. Yeah. So look at what was happening before that. Maybe you're just clearing something out. So just, look at that and ask yourself, is this one of my patterns of, not patterns, one of your symptoms for when you're clearing stuff out, when there's a lot coming up, or when you're, what happens also. So it could be a symptom of clearing through something, or it could also be a symptom of you're about to shift into something higher, and everything that was kind of happy with where you were before, it don't want you to go up higher, because if you go up higher, then it's like, well, we got nobody to hang out with and hold on to. So we'll start coming up and trying to hold you down. For example, something that's, as I've been clearing something recently, is still, you kind of work through stuff, but sometimes you keep going through deeper layers. But all of a sudden, it's like this person that I haven't thought of for a long time. It's like, what the hell is this person doing here? But they're showing up because it's that there's those frequencies that are still there, that are still hanging around me, that are keeping me. So it's like, okay, we'll clear that out. I find I get really tired before I go up another level. Okay, that could be, yeah. And so with that tired, I would say just watch that, because that tired could be trying to just like zone you out so that you don't go higher, kind of thing. So, but it might, that's a possibility. I'm not saying that's necessarily going on there. Yeah. So that's an interesting, get tired, and then before you move up into, just move up higher. Yeah. And then it's that sense of powering up. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff that happens, and you just have to pay attention to that, and kind of realize that for yourself. Yeah, how's everybody on Instagram doing over here? Yeah, you guys all quiet on Instagram, so that's good. So coming into the breath, with all these things of stuff coming up, just coming into the breath. Your heart space, your chest, your breath, your heartbeat. If you can hear that and tune in a little bit more deeply for yourself. Nice. There's just this nice space. So just going deeper here. So I'm going to be probably a little quiet here. So just relax in as best as you can, and if you keep popping out, you just come right back in. The space is still here. That's fine. So holding that space of knowingness that everything is all right. And Caroline Ruby's showing up too, so she's wanting to join in if she's not around, but she doesn't have to be physically around you, but I'm seeing her pop up. So we'll bring her in too. And we'll bring in other kids. There's also, when I say that, and then there's more kids that are showing up. It's like, we want to be part of this. And that's fine, yeah. We all can use a nurturing space. even if sometimes it's hard to admit that to the external, that we just need that nurturing. And if we've often get into this place of feeling like, well, that's just a weak place to be. I need to be nurtured, and we're way past a certain age, whatever that certain age is, you know. So that's okay. Right now, just letting yourself be held by, existence as a whole. And it could be, you could feel it in different ways. You could feel it as Mother Mary. You could feel it as the divine feminine. You could feel it as the divine mother, or whatever else you feel it as. Or you could simply be feeling it as just this deep sense of relaxation, of just being able to just kind of expand, not pull yourself in tightly for safety. I'll bring up that image of that butter in the hot sun. It just kind of, it's all, when it's hard frozen butter, it's all tight and packed up, and then in the sun, it just expands out, melts away. So, yeah. Yeah, good for you, Cindy. Physically detox like sweet in a long heat wave. First time I enjoyed being in hot weather. I was tired, but also felt a deep relaxation, nourishment, which was new. Good. Yeah, I feel that now. Good. Yeah. Yeah. And as we relax and open up, then that deeper, more can release out. Yeah. Yeah. And just all the tension releasing out. And so, Tanya, even with you got all this stuff going higher, you've got the set. It's like you've got the two levels. You've got the human level and the your essence level. And so that is, you might not feel it. You might be too busy, and Tanya or anybody else, but um, it's there for you, and it's a question of just needing to drop down a little bit lower. And if you can't right now, that's all right. You can always come back to the recording and replay it. And the recording will, it, you've been here, you listen to the recording again. And so that will kind of just open it up more consciously for you. And because it is happening, but you're not able to capt into it consciously, at the conscious level. Yeah. And let's drop down kind of the mental level here. There we go. Yeah, yeah, this very, very beautiful space here. Okay, when the kids are asleep, I will really listen. Yeah, you can do that, and that will just bring it more to your conscious level. You know, because you are in the space, you are going through it, but it's just consciously you're not able to kept into it because your conscious mind is like just trying to track all these different things. So that's all right. And just coming into the pure waters of spirit. And I say waters because it's got that quality of just that clear, crystal clear water, like a crystal clear stream with the sun just reflecting on it. That's how I would describe this space. And this is really what love is. You know, unfortunately, that word, you know, how did it end up getting so used, misused, to the point that we don't know what love really is. So we're really tapping into that, just kind of tapping at the surface, really not, but diving, coming into that experience of love at a very pure level. Yeah, very nice. Just allow yourself right now to just let's just sit in here for a moment. And Instagram, let me know if you are doing good. I am checking back and forth, but you guys are more quiet over there. To just see how you are doing as well. Yeah, let yourself breathe into the space. Let yourself just feel. So feel your body. Notice your body for a moment. And then notice the space, you know, like immediately around your body. Feel that expansiveness. And it's interesting because I want to say the word expansive, but it's not the usual expansive feeling. But um, there's a cohesiveness in here that's very interesting. So notice that, and then notice the notch on your throat right there. Then go back to noticing that space, the space that we're in right now. And then come back to the notch at the bottom of your throat there. Ha! And then your awareness on the space around you. And then one more time, that notch at the bottom of your throat. Huh. Yeah, just anchoring that in for you. Into your physical being there. And there's nothing special about the notch, but that's usually, that's kind of a point most people don't pay attention to. So that's probably, as opposed to the heart space, or there's nothing wrong with the heart space, just that we can also build up a lot of things in that area. But the notch in the bottom of the throat is like a little less. So just, yeah, there we go. Okay, very nice space today. Very just a soft, gentle session, right? So we've had some pretty, workout sessions, as we call them. Today's been, it's nice and quiet, which is good. We that's good too, to take those moments as well. I just flash on my QR code. You're watching live or post fact. There's just little QR codes. If you'd like to make a little donation, there it is for you. And it's all good. Instagram, anything on Instagram? I don't know how much if there's a lag with Instagram coming on, a little bit or not. But anyways, good session, guys. So we're here every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central European Time or Paris time. And thank you from Asda. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad to have you, as always, and glad to have everybody new and returning. It's always fun, as well as the kiddies and the kids. It's all good. So, yeah. Taking a moment to be aware of your body, and be aware of your body in the space that you're in right now. And as you're aware of the space you're in, also just see if you can be aware, or just at that a little bit deeper level than the physical space. There's this space that we have just all shared together. It's there too. The two are overlapped right now. So just being aware of that. Yeah. Very good. Thank you all for stopping by and joining in, and see you next time, or wherever else we connect. Definitely in the ethers and wherever else that happens. Come on back anytime, any Wednesday, and have a good rest of your week. So take care, everybody.